Hey guys, welcome to our first YouTube podcast slash interview. Today we'll be talking about our trip to Diamond Acres. A regular church visit, AdFel normal the church visit. So we took a trip to Diamond Acres SDA and something happened. And today we'll be digging deep, uncovering, what happened and just reflecting on the moments at Diamond Acres SDA. So stay tuned and really hope you enjoy this AdFel monthly video. So welcome guys. Tonight we have with us four beautiful ladies and we'll be going back to Diamond Acres SDA. So first of all, I just want everyone to introduce themselves. So we'll start off with Leanna. Go ahead, just tell us your name, any random thing you feel like you want to share with YouTube. Yeah.
What I want to share with YouTube? Okay. Hi, my name is Lana Wong, and what I want to share with YouTube? I don't know what I want to share with YouTube. I don't know. I like to bake. I don't know.
Lovely, lovely. And we'll move over to Nisha and
Hi everyone, my name is Nisha Ann, and of course I'm the president for Advent Fellowship for this year. And I think what I want to share with YouTube is that I really like singing. Yeah, I like singing.
lovely. Going on over to Dia.
Hi, my name is Dia Gordon. I don't have nothing to share with you.
Nothing. Oh, yes, Dia, so you're so mean. What is
Because I
okay?
don't want to expose myself on the internet.
All right. Do you think? All right. Over to you, Chanel.
Hi guys, I'm Chanel Gordon, and one thing I want to share with YouTube is that I'm an Adfelite. I'm kidding.
Big up, big up.
Right.
All right. So right now we're just going to get not straight into it, but just to build a little background as to why we're actually discussing this specific event. So the date was February 19, 2022. This was literally after the lockdown. Government basically freed up the place. We were able to go and fellowship. This was our second church visit. Previously, we had gone to the New Kingston Fellowship, where we had potluck, and that was a beautiful experience. So I just want to put the question out to Nisha, and why did we choose to go to Diamond Acres SDA?
Well, Diamond Acres had requested Advent Fellowship to be there the year before, which would have been in 2021. So they had asked us from the year prior. So we had decided that, okay, well, since they asked us from so long, I forgot, we have to turn up, right? So that's why we decided that we would go there.
Definitely. So those who are new to AdFel might be wondering, or those who might have been off the scene for a while, might be wondering why we're focusing on this specific trip to Diamond Acres. I won't say much. I'll allow the interviews to do all the talking. So I'll point it out to Leana. What exactly happened on this trip that we're here talking about it now?
What exactly happened? In a few words?
In 4 words.
In 4 words?
Yeah.
Where the bus day? 4 words.
Where the bus there? All right. Lovely.
I don't know how you did that.
So I think I'm just going to focus on Nisha. I'm going to hammer down on Nisha and right now. I'm just going to hammer down on you. So Nisha, we want to get some backstory into the planning because we're saying, what the bus there? What the bus there? We've been asking that question, what the bus there? So we're going to ask you the question now. What planning went into sourcing that bus? And why the bus there?
Up to this day, I'm wondering where the bus is at. I'm still wondering where the bus is. Basically, guys, what would have happened is that, the exec, right, the general fellowship exec would have met, would have sat down, and we would have planned and would have said, okay, we're going to Diamond Acres this Sabbath. So therefore, we need a bus. We need something to transport us, right? And of course, we'd have made arrangement with a bus driver, right? And I remember when Aaron would have confirmed with me and say, yes, man, the bus driver said he's okay with it. He's okay with, picking us up at UWI and then coming over to UTECH to pick up the Adfelites who are there at UTECH as well. Anyways, guys, when I tell you, so it was Sabbath morning, right? I was getting myself ready, getting myself mentally prepared. Matthew Daniel was going to transport me to UWI, so that I could also get the bus too. Anyways, on the Sabbath morning, I would have received a call from Aaron saying, boy, he can't, he's not getting the bus driver. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, well, we're gonna reach. We're gonna still reach. We're gonna reach because in my head I'm saying, well, we have Adfelites who drive. So if we have for each up like the puppy taxi, then we have 6 persons in our vehicle, 7 persons. We are gonna reach. We are gonna reach.
Don't quit already. So I don't want to get too much into it right now, but we'll get to that. So what we've learned so far is that the pickup spot were at UWI Assembly Hall and at the UTECH roundabout. We have Leana here and Dia, they were at the UTECH roundabout, right? And Nisha and Shani was at UWI Assembly Hall. So 2 different places, 2 different reactions. So we want to hear from those at UWI. When did you realize the bus was not coming? First of all, were you there at the specified time? Are you sure you were at the right place? Let us know. You can go ahead, Shani.
All right, so I got ready early, because I didn't want to be late. So I got ready and I made sure that the pickup point was UWI Assembly Hall. So I went there, was waiting, 8:30 come. No bus. 9 o'clock come. No bus. I'm like, okay, we're supposed to do something in a church and we not reach, I said, Catherine yet. So what's happening? What's happening here? I don't know. But yes, when it hit 9:30, I was convinced that bus would not be reaching to us to take us to Diamond Acres. So yeah.
All right, so same question for Leana and Dia. What was the atmosphere like? Because I know you guys were there, you were there early or on time. However you want to put it.
8 of us at UTECH?
Huh?
I think it was about 8 of us at UTECH.
8 of
There.
wow.
Yeah, just a few. Less than 10 of us.
Okay. And so let us know the atmosphere at UTECH and when did you realize the bus was not coming?
Well, I walked to UTECH with Tadia and we decided that let's reach for 8 because we don't have to worry, because if the bus is picking up the people at UWI to come over here, then we can't be late if we reach for 8 because they're going for them at 8 and then they come over to us. So we reach, meet Tiffany, later see Leana, a few other people, and we're just sitting down. We started talking, having a nice little conversation, and then about 8:30, we kind of was texting and saying the UWI people, so is the bus there yet to come for us? And say, oh, the bus is not there yet. And we're saying, okay. So we just sit down a little bit more, and we're talking, and then later on we say, oh, let's take some pictures. Proper photo shoots. We're just there in the road taking pictures, liming as if we're not waiting on the bus. We didn't have a care in the world. We're just taking pictures and having a jolly good time. I said, okay. And then after now, we finished taking pictures. Same. After 9 coming, close to 10 coming, I said, all right, so what is going on here? Text back the UWI people. Is the bus there yet? What's going on? Do we go back home? They said the bus is still not there. I said, oh, okay. So we sit down, she said, and we found snacks with proper fellowship, proper little, yeah, at that time, and we're just waiting.
Anything you want to add to that, Leona?
Not really. She got it. She got it all across the board. I tell you, when we started taking pictures, we had no care in the world. Once we started taking those pictures, we had no care in the world. And then when we just see this long line of cars just pull up at the foot, just pull up for me, and I'm like, who are these people? Because I never know, because I was still kind of new at that point. So I didn't really know those people. And I just in this car, I was like, do you know who this is? Do you know who this is? And no one knew who they were. So we just continued taking pictures and taking videos. So yeah, it was all cool. Yeah.
All right, wonderful. So Nishan, this is for you specifically because you're the president. I know because I was looking in the group, during the day and seeing what was going on. When the knowledge of the bus not coming was made known to you, like what was the reaction? Like how were you handling the situation?
Folks, I tell you that when I think it really hit me when I was actually at the assembly hall and I saw persons literally looking at me like, where is the bus? And I see everybody again, good, proper church clothes ready to go to church. And person gonna be like, where's the bus? And I think at that time it really resonated with me when Aaron was saying, why I'm not getting the bus, man. Because in my head, I'm like, we're going to reach. Right? However, when we were at the assembly hall, I really and truly wanted the girl to just open up and just take me under, because I knew not how to navigate that situation, because how we don't have a bus. I'm not seeing all the car persons, the Adfelites who drive at that point, because at that point, the only person I saw was Junior, and people are in a Junior car. The next person that I saw was, I think, I don't remember who else was there, but I think it was somebody else there. Or I think it was probably Junior alone, I'm not too sure. But yes,
Matthew, and I think Alex was driving too.
Well, yes, Alex was driving, but he was not there at that time. Or I think he was there and he probably was full up or something of that nature. Anyways, guys, so I'm like, what is going to happen? Because everybody can't wait. Matthew carried, because Matthew carried me, Chanel, and Malika. So him already have 3 people at him, because I'm saying, oh, Father God, how this is going to work? And I was literally panicking, because I'm like, who will the people them say, them can't go back in them yard. Anyways, so basically what happened, thank God for Matthew, the past president. He would have, looked at the situation and thought of an idea, right? So he was saying, all right, so at that time, vehicles were coming up, right? So Junior was already there. Adalex came, I believe Adalex came full. Lucan came, but Lucan came
that
empty.
was still before the cars reached to UTECH.
Right, that was before the cars reached UTECH. So we're at the assembly hall at this point, and I see Lucan coming up, his car was empty. There were some other persons that were driving as well, and they never had much persons in their vehicle, so they could have actually carried somebody. And thankfully, that morning, I remember Lehana calling me, telling me that, she has a vehicle that can actually carry a few members. So at that time, when I recognized that, okay, we don't have a bus, I called her and I said, Lena, that vehicle still can't come. And she was like, yeah, man. So she was able to come and actually pick up some Adfelites, so they were able to head over there. So I had a few persons going with her and stuff like that. So the other members, they would have gone. So those who were on UE, they would have loaded up Junior's vehicle, Matthew's vehicle, Lucan's vehicle, and Adalex's vehicle. And we said, okay, we're going to head over to UTECH now, because we need to try and fit them into the to go, right? Because everybody who was at UE, they could have actually come with the 4 cars that were there, because there weren't much persons at UE. But when we reach at UTECH now, I see all 8 persons. So me I said, but Father God, who will work this out now? So Matthew had a great idea. He said, let me try and get one of his family members' car, right? And I think that was the SUV. Yes. And
Yeah. I think his
yes,
father's
The
car.
Audi.
the Audi, yes. The
Audi.
Audi.
I never
I think
want
it's
Audi RAV4.
I like to try the brand name, guys.
I did a RAV4. Oh gosh.
It's a
man.
RAV4.
The RAV4?
It's a RAV4.
Oh gosh, man.
Guys, anyway, the car they look good. The car they look good. Alright. Oh, the white RAV4. Yes. So
Yes.
he would have said, okay, let me try and get my other vehicle. So what he did was that I think he drove to his to the place where that vehicle was, and he actually got that vehicle to come over, right? So we had a empty car now, able to actually carry some
But who
persons
was driving that vehicle?
and good dear.
No,
Did I
not at that
drive?
time.
Wait,
Not
no,
today.
No.
Dia was driving.
Not yet, not yet, not yet.
Matthew's vehicle.
No, wait.
No,
Another
to
so.
drive over the vehicle, I think it was what's his name?
Romario. It
Yeah,
was Romario.
Romario.
Romario come
Romario
and he
drove
drove
the
the
vehicle.
vehicle. Alright, so
With
when
the
Matthew went to
Navy's
pick up the
license.
vehicle, when Matthew went to pick up the vehicle, Romario said, okay, I'm going to drive his car back to UTECH. So
No.
Romario drive back.
No,
to
that was
UTECH.
after we reached UTECH, and then
Mhm.
Matthew thought of that idea, and then he's like, who can drive? I was like, what are you talking about? I went for the vehicle. I just pick up somebody and like, random, this is so weird. And everybody just went. I said, okay.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
All I remember was that when they came out, this big car just come driving, and I'm like, okay, that's not for us. And then they come pull up right to the big statue. I'm like, okay, nice. When Gardner sent the bus instead of RAV4, lovely, lovely.
But yeah, too. And like when they came back though, like everybody just shocked to see this big old RAV4, you know, like where this come from? But when God provide, He provide. That's all I have to say.
Right. So Matthew was driving the RAV4, and then Romario was driving Matthew's vehicle.
Yeah, back to UTECH.
Back to UTECH, right?
Back to UTECH. Then the next part now was how we were going to get to Diamond Acres.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, well, I mean, at that point, based on the amount of vehicles that were there, it was able to actually accommodate everybody that was actually at UTECH. So I remember with Dia was driving Matthew's car, right? Not the Audi, or the RAV4, I should say.
Stop saying Audi.
It's a RAV4.
I know. Anyways, so basically at that time, that car, the car that Matthew was originally driving before he got the RAV4, right? Dia took it upon her head and said, you know, I have my license, I can drive. So she drove Leanna. Who else was in the vehicle? Leanna was in the vehicle. Donna K.
Tiffany, and
Penny.
Yeah.
Right. So you guys were in the vehicle. I think Romario actually had come into the vehicle too.
Yeah, and then because they said they wanted at least one male.
One male in the vehicle. You see, gentlemen are in Adfel, you know. Right. So they went.
Working out still.
Eh? I don't think you worked out. Yeah. So basically they entered. So they drove Matthew's original vehicle. The vehicle that Matthew would
to drive.
And so the vehicle that Matthew would have gotten, right? I went into that vehicle. Me and Malika went into that vehicle. Shaniel also went into that vehicle. And we were actually able to also pick up somebody else along the way. There was somebody, I believe it was Vanessa, and I'm sure
Kenisha.
Aaron can chime in on this. Vanessa
Kenisha too.
yes, and yes, Kenisha too. But Vanessa, she was calling me, you know, like sis was there, like, where's the bus? Where's the bus? And I'm like, why? And I was even telling her, boy, I think you can come in because right now we're having some technical difficulties. So I don't know if you can come. And I know that Aaron, he was calling persons and he was talking to her at the same time, and all sorts of something. All sorts of something.
So at this time, we want to welcome Aaron, Mr. Buzzy, to the session. Let me just, let him introduce himself for a second. So Aaron, what we did earlier, ask person to introduce themselves and just one thing they want to share with the internet. So go ahead.
All right, good night, everybody. I'm Aaron Lewis, AdFel's resident Mr. Buzzy. Yes, this is me. I am, well, I'm not supposed to know, but I'm AdFel's treasurer. And the treasury is a fun role. Treasury is quite a fun role.
So, Mr. Buzzy, we all know that your phone must have been buzzing off. So let us know how you handle that whole situation right there, because by then everybody knows that the bus now come. So people are texting and say, Aaron, what we are gonna do? What will happen? Let us know from your perspective, what actually happened at that time.
All right, so this is basically how it was. This was me on the phones. Yeah, Nisha, what you say? Matthew can do that. All right, Vanessa, something I go come pick you up. Like, you see, with Vanessa's case, she ended up having 2 drives because Karim was gonna go to Portmore to pick her up, and then we said no, Karim vehicle full, so we're gonna send Junior. Then when them almost reached Portmore, no space never in the vehicle for Vanessa, so I squeezed everybody. I have to squeeze up to come over. It was interesting. It was interesting. Like, we planned out everything. We knew the amount of persons we needed. I would say, all right, we rent this vehicle, this 7-seater. That is the amount. We get a nice mini bus, can hold that amount of persons. We're good, and whoever wants to drive can drive. Look here. To this day, I cannot get the bus driver. To this day, I cannot get the bus driver. We decided on cost. Everything was there. I told exec that, yes, guys, we're ready. And on the morning, when me in my bed nice, because I'm like, the bus is there and everything. I already arranged all of that. No bus. No bus. So everybody there at UWI, everybody was at UWI waiting. And then the number of persons we were expecting for UTECH grew. Because I think UTECH, we were only going to pick up like 1 or 2 persons. And I nearly 10 them end up go for UTECH. So I was like, Lord, I don't know how this is going to work. And while I'm there trying to think, the calls are coming in, the texts are coming in. Nisha called for find out Wagwan. People would need for reach a Diamond Acres are called for find out Wagwan. Diamond Acres, where we're supposed to dare the people in church for participating in the service, are called for find out where we're there. So it was crazy, but the God that we serve provides, because I didn't even know that Matthew would have gotten his dad's van. And it so worked out that I think it was about 5 or 6 vehicles that came up, and space was there because Matthew's dad's car came a bit empty. So God worked it out and space was there. And I hope one day that bus driver will respond and answer the call. No, honestly, guys, I went into a state of shock and panic because I was like, look how I'm gonna embarrass myself in an exec, and to AdFel, tell the people in that bus coming, and no bus. Jesus with its shame. But you know, God God worked it out. God worked it out. And we had a wonderful day at Diamond Acres.
But
And
you know,
everybody did
funny
reach home
enough,
safely.
Aaron, remember when you were planning, you were asking people who can drive, and you were saying that you wanted to rent a 7-seater and stuff like that. And from that time, you know, I'm saying, I never planned to drive, no time at all. I go in bus and I going to sit down.
And that is another drama. The 7-seater, we got it, but the requirement was that you need to have your license for a certain amount of years. And nobody never meet the requirement. And Uncle Freddie was trying to see how he could assist us, but because he's an elder, I think they were having baptism at his church today, so him really couldn't move. And his son like not too long before like got foreign, so we did stuck. So that was about 30 something persons that 2 vehicles were supposed to hold. It was only supposed to be 2 vehicles, and it turned out to be 6 or 7 or even more. It was.
Oh yes, it was. And I must say, what the next drama, and Aaron would have mentioned it, was that, you know, Tashai, who was the AOL leader, because it was Diamond Acres Youth Day, right? And she would have actually called Kenisha to ask Kenisha, because at that time would have picked up Kenisha as well, asking her, you know, where are the persons, you know, for the service, and where are you guys? Like, where's the president? Where are you all? I wanted to tell her that, boy, when I reach it, but we soon come. And then I know, boy, I don't even know what Tasha did, but I think she was able to actually round up some persons that were already there to do certain parts, because we were really late. When I say that we were late, I mean praise and worship started already and everything when we actually reached there. And so the Lord would have really worked it out where, everything just went really good. Because what would have happened is that we never did reach there like that late where I couldn't do my speech and I couldn't sing, and Kenisha could have done her moderation and everything, you know, as it regards to what she needed to do. So we reached there. I think we were late, but the program was so much of a blessing. Yes, we walked in very fashionably late, but you know, the program was so much of a blessing. And it was just the fact that the Lord, even though such a situation like that happened, he will still work it out in such a way where everybody who actually wanted to go on that trip went. I don't know how 30 odd persons were able to hold in those vehicles. I don't know how everybody who signed up like literally reached, but everybody reached without no bus. You get what I'm saying? Without any 7-seater. Everybody reached, and it was a miracle for that to happen. All right. And of course, that was actually the largest turnout since COVID. Because before COVID, we wouldn't have these, we couldn't gather. Yeah, I think we served about like 60 or 4 lunches that day, right? Because a lot of persons went, because even those who were at UWI Assembly Hall or UTECH, there were others that came, you know. And I know that some person came with Glowmain. I think Halloween and Mark, they came with Glowmain. Other persons would have come through other means. So we had this large gathering. And I remember it was lunchtime when we all was in the lunch, we were all in the lunch area, and we formed a circle. And you know, everybody would say their name and you know, I think something interesting about them or something of that nature. And the circle was so huge that we literally covered that place, you know. And I mean, when I look at it, I'm like, well, God, how we reach? How did we reach? How did we make it here? How did so many persons turn out? And it is the fact that, you know, we actually, and the Lord just worked it out where we were able to be at the service, where we were able to have such good fellowship, such good bond. We were fed spiritually, we were fed you know, physically as well. yes, Junior brought out his veggie balls. I know that Tasha did the rice, and I think we had what fish was there. I think chickpeas was there as well. I don't remember the menu, but I think something like that. And I mean, it did well, nice. The whole program was nice. The fellowship was nice. I mean, as far for a day that turned out to be seemingly so bad, it actually turned out to be like very, 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 very good. I remember we had our AY service, and Mr. Buzzy just was buzzing. Mr. Buzzy was like, listen, and the AY service was about that was the AY service for the day.
AY,
Wait, I don't think we reached
AY.
it.
No, we don't reach that yet. We don't reach that yet. Let's just backtrack to earlier in the day before we reach. There's two important things that you need to know.
Yeah, something that we missed
First of
out.
all, first of all,
we had a whole adventure before we reached it.
what I said them car when I'm there, little most me here said them last.
There was a truck reversing and we're saying the truck is not seeing us. Oh my gosh, we need to hurry up and